Okay, next up is Bob. Bob, where are you? Right here. Big round for Bob.
Do I get the clicker?
Yeah.
All right. All right. You know, I hope that they got the timer going already. Good. Okay. I'm going to probably run a little long because I talk a lot, but I'm going to talk really fast. I had 60 slides that I had condensed down into a 15-minute presentation because I wanted to give you guys content, real meat and potatoes about what Infusionsoft can do for your business. Now, I was over at the tour yesterday, and I heard Clayton Mass talk about his story about what he had to go through as an entrepreneur, and it really touched my heart because I'll share with you, it was only just a short while ago that I was so dead flat broke that I literally would go home on Friday. I didn't get a paycheck. I barely made payroll for the people that were working for me, and I went home and had to roll change to buy my son and I food for the weekend. And that was all I had. That was it, the change in the jar. All right? And that was not very long ago. Infusionsoft has helped me, and you're going to see through my presentation, absolutely transform my life from being dead flat broke to having something that's unbelievably powerful. All right? And let me get right into it because I got a lot of content. So I've always had great ideas for marketing my business. I've been a junkie of direct response marketing for a long time. I'm sure a lot of you have been to all kinds of direct response stuff, right? And so I had a newsletter, I had a refer a friend program, I had a VIP membership. How many people here believe that you could get somebody to pay you in advance for auto repair? There's one. He's a believer because I know him. Yeah, they will, by the way. All right, and then a car care club, website appointment system, testimonial. All of these things I had kind of scattered in my business, trying to work and market my company, my auto repair business, and get people in there constantly was a struggle. The problem was me. The problem was all of these things required at least a little bit of my time. How many of you feel like that? Like you're stretching 47 different directions and you can't get any momentum going because you work on your newsletter for a little while, but then you forgot your refer a friend program, then you forgot this over here, and you're constantly going in 100 different directions. You can't get that momentum into your business. That was me. It was a horrible, horrible place to be, aggravating, something awful. So it seemed like no matter how hard I worked, I was only really just maintaining. I wasn't experiencing that explosive growth that I had heard other people were having. And I was absolutely convinced that Infusionsoft could work for a bricks and mortar business like mine. How many of you have real bricks and mortar businesses here? I want to make sure I'm talking to the right crowd. Okay, good, a lot of you. And a lot of you, I assume, are all on the internet. Well, I do both now because, well, we'll get into that. But anyway, so all the constant interruptions, the day-to-day business issues, paying the bills, watching the money, all these things that a business owner has to keep track of in a bricks and mortar business just creates that stretch, that pull that we all experience, and that anxiety and that trouble. And yeah, for 10 years, basically, I lived that life, trying to market my business, and we were doing okay. We were doing okay. I was doing better than the average repair shop was. We were having some success and having some fun, but it wasn't anything great. So this is what I want to talk to you about. I did what I want to call the triple-double. Now, it's not like the triple Lindy. It's different. All right, the triple-double. What I ended up doing, a friend of mine introduced me to Infusionsoft, and I immediately saw the power of what this could do. Now, I've been a tech geek since I was a kid. I'll admit it. I was in the basement playing with a Commodore 64 when my friends were out playing baseball. All right, that's who I was. And somehow I landed into auto repair. That's a seminar of a different story. But I hired a developer. Once I saw this Infusionsoft thing, I hired a developer, and I said, you know what? Take this API that they have and tie it into my point-of-sale system at my shop. So every night now, all the data that's collected, who came in, how much they spent, what they did, goes into my Infusionsoft application automatically. And then, oh baby, that changed everything because now I can put all of those processes that I had to manually touch before on autopilot. And I started working and really concentrating my efforts on how can I take every single process in my business and automate it somehow. And I got creative. I started taking my customers that would normally call to make an appointment and giving them a bonus to do it online. Why? Because if they go to my website and make the appointment, the computer can follow up with them and I don't have to. It can send them a reminder that their appointment's tomorrow and then send them a thank you automatically the day after they come in. And with that link between my point of sale system and Infusionsoft working for me, I know who came, when they came, how much they spent. I can segment my list automatically based upon how much they spent, the frequency that they come into the shop. All of a sudden, things started to change. Here's my sales. These are my actual sales number from, push the wrong button. There we go. All right, so from September of 2008 to, then the red bar is the 2009 numbers. You can see that sales more than doubled in that month, and then all the way here to December of last year, we did just a shade under 80,000 in sales in 1 month from a 2-bay shop with 2 employees. Now, I'll tell you what, you do that with a small business and you get fired up, man. I was like, yeah, I'm making some money, right? More than double with the same exact staff, and look at that, I broke the thing. I get fired up about it. Wouldn't you get fired up? Your business literally transforms overnight, and you start putting that kind of money with no additional staff. In fact, I was able to cut my secretary that was working for me, that was doing some of those follow-up processes for me. I cut her time in half. So I had less staff, more money coming in. You know what? So what would you do? I went and bought a BMW. After I paid off all the debt that I had. Interesting, just a segue on that. My daughter just got her driver's license the day I was getting ready to leave here, the day before I was coming in on Tuesday to come into this conference. And so she's driving me to the airport, and she looks at me and she goes, she passed her driver's test, and she goes, Dad, can I take the Beamer for the week while you're gone? I'm like, oh boy. All right, so how do I start the presentation again? Maybe we don't even need to, huh? Oh, wait a minute, we got it right here. Yeah, see, I'm all right. Or not. No, it's not over there, though. It's here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that was the first part of my, what I call the triple-double. That was double number 1. I more than doubled the sales at my repair shop. And I got a lot more freedom. So now what do you do next? Well, if you're me, and I'm a serial entrepreneur, you start another business. So with all the extra time on my hands, I decided to start a new business. I had a partner of mine who came to me and says, Bob, we should sell information products. You've got all the skills in Infusionsoft. Let's teach IT business owners how to make some more money and sell an information product to them. So we started a business called Computer Service Profits, and we sell a kit to computer people, teaching them how to better market their business. And sales took off almost instantly. Mark, my partner in that business, is a brilliant marketer and a really smart guy. I had the technical savvy to automate the entire process. So from the funnel in to the sale out, we do nothing, including having an automated teleseminar, a live teleseminar that happens every single week. And when somebody clicks the registration link, they were talking about they call them, they're not trackable links anymore. What do we call them now? Yeah, action links, right. So including when they click on that thing, it puts the date of the next Wednesday. We do a live teleseminar every Wednesday at noon. So it puts the date into their contact record and then uses that as a merge field in the email that goes out. So every email that goes out tells it's specific to that person for what day they registered for. So they think it's a live teleseminar, but it's not. So, and it's me, teaching them and selling them on doing that. So that led me to another part. I'm like, well, our turnout rate wasn't really great for the teleseminars. We were getting a lot of registrations, but some people weren't there, right? So I developed a text messaging system that integrates with Infusionsoft so that I could send them a text message reminder so that they would be on the call. You know what we saw? 60% increase in show-ups. All right? People read the text message. And of course, they have to opt in. It says, when they opt in on the box, it says, register here if you'd like a reminder at the time of the call. And which is really cool, too, because if you got one of these phones in your hand and you get a text message and the number is in there, all they have to do is just click it and it has the access code right there, and you're good to go, right? So that helped. By the way, I'm going to give you a little tip or a little gift later on at the end of the presentation. And we also integrated a complete integration with Infusionsoft with a bulletin board system so that as soon as somebody buys, they get instant access to the forum, has coaching calls, all this other stuff on the call. Excuse me for a second. All right. So that business took off in about 8 months' time, added another $100,000 to my income. And boy, that was fun. And you know what? It sells a $1,000 program day in and day out. I just go to my laptop and I go, oh wow, we sold a bunch of more kits. Cool. So that was double number 2. Oh yeah, and it's all on autopilot. I literally do, other than one coaching call a week that I do live, I really don't have to do anything after that. So what happened next was simply unbelievable. If that was good, this gets even better. So how do you want to get an opt-in rate over 90 or a 90% open rate? Anyone want that? Yes. Remember back in the day, if we had all been like email marketers when email first became like big, how rich would we be? Yeah. Text messaging is the new frontier for this. There's no question about it. And if you do it right, it's going to absolutely dominate your competitors. You'll have an advantage and an edge. Now you have to do it right. You have to make sure you get their permission. You have to have an opt-out. But here's my free gift to you. Go to infusioncoachinggroup.com/SMS. I did a complete, it's a complete module. It's a download plugin for WordPress that will give your Infusionsoft application the ability to send text messages. It also, there's a choice. You can download it as a free standalone. If you don't have WordPress on your website, you can do a free standalone as long as your web server runs PHP. All right? That's my free gift to you, infusioncoachinggroup.com. And then, by the way, that's the other thing that I do. When I got all my friends together and they were seeing what I was doing with Infusionsoft and how much fun I was having and how much money I was making, I sold it all to them. They all bought it, of course, you know. But then they said, Bob, I don't know how to use this thing. And I said, well, then you need to join my coaching group at $129 a month. So that started another income stream for me. And, man, this just gets more fun and more, you know what I mean? How much more fun can you have? So back to the triple L, this is what I just said here, you know. When you own a bricks and mortar business that's really on autopilot, and then you have another internet business that's really on autopilot, and if you have a coaching group that you only can do from anywhere, any beach in town, as long as you got internet, you can do that. It helped me realize my dream, because I'm free. I am free to do what I want, when I want, where I want, and Infusionsoft has given me the ability to do that. It absolutely has changed my life. And I thank you all. Thank you so much. That was double number 3. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. That was awesome. That was really cool.
And the winner of the 2010 Infusionsoft Marketer of the Year is Bob Britton.
Wow. Nice job. Good job.
Thank you so much for your votes. I am absolutely beside myself with excitement. I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, God, that would be so awesome. The capping end to just an unbelievable last 18 months of my life. You guys are awesome. Thank you for voting me for this. Listen, what he just showed you with the email builder, I'm like blown away. If you're not taking advantage of this software, put it to use in your business, build your company, and you can be here next year. We're going on vacation. We're having some fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. So